the testing stone while sweeping the floor. To everyone's shock, the number 1000 appeared. Nobody could believe their eyes. Someone had actually unleashed a force of 1000 pounds. But that was not his limit. If he went all out, he could erupt with a terrifying force of 5000 pounds. Yet before his death, his father had warned him repeatedly, never reveal his true power before mastering the final move of the 8 dragon palms, and never engage in a fight. Once he mastered the 8th palm, he would be invincible across the world. Turns out 10 years ago, Tony's father was a renowned martial arts master, but he was poisoned and ambushed. Soon after, countless assassins were sent to hunt their family down. Tony's mother sacrificed her life to help them escape. His father fled with Tony to the remote wilderness, knowing he was dying from the poison. He passed on the secret techniques of the 8 dragon palms to his son, and once again warned him, never expose his skills before mastering the 8th palm, and never fight unless absolutely necessary. After giving his last instructions, his father stayed behind to hold off the pursuers, giving Tony the chance to flee. Tony obeyed and ran for his life, but was soon intercepted by 2 assassins less than 500 meters away. At the critical moment, a woman appeared and saved Tony, only to fall into an ambush and get wounded herself. In the blink of an eye, 10 years passed. Tony kept his father's last words in mind, hid his martial arts skills, and spent every day sweeping floors at the sect. A few days later, the annual martial arts tournament was about to begin. The woman's family had been losing year after year. 90 martial artists had died over the past decade. Only 10 remained, barely surviving. One more defeat and the family would be completely expelled from the martial arts alliance. The woman was sleepless and worried every night, her brows knitted with sorrow. When Tony learned about this, he was furious. He casually slapped the testing stone. The number shot up to 1000 pounds, but no one around believed it. How could a useless sweeper unleash such power? Even the clan leader at his peak had only reached 900 pounds. Perhaps it was fate's blessing. A genius emerged at a time of crisis. Hope reignited in everyone's hearts. But aside from Tony, no one dared approach the testing stone. Everyone believed he was just a nameless cleaner, so they dismissed the test results. Tony recalled his father's dying instructions, and claimed it was not his strength that caused the result. The only explanation was that the old testing stone was faulty. Everyone's excitement turned into disappointment. The woman sighed heavily, and pinned her last hopes on the senior brother who was still in seclusion, praying he would break through in time. To avoid dragging Tony down, the woman handed him a family heirloom bracelet, telling him to sell it for money and leave, for she had already prepared herself for death. Watching her retreating figure, Tony was filled with complicated emotions. To repay her kindness, he threw himself into training the 8 dragon palms, practicing day and night. Eventually he touched upon the threshold of the 8th palm. He then quietly approached the testing stone and struck it. Yet the stone did not budge. He realized he had only grasped the basics of the 8th palm, not true mastery yet. Soon the day of the martial arts tournament arrived. The enemy masters easily crushed all of the woman's family's fighters. They even kicked the woman flying, as the long knife was about to fall. At the critical moment, the senior brother who had been in seclusion finally appeared. Everyone was filled with hope, but to their shock, as soon as he stepped onto the arena, he kneeled before the enemy, and handed over the family's account book.